ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have myself a drink and we're going to talk about the 4th of July because I used to love this holiday and now I hate it. So I've got myself some cinnamon vodka here. And a very outdated can of Mountain Dew SA. Yes, October 4th, 2021. In all fairness, I am filming this video in November of 2024. So this is only just over 3 years outdated. But of course, you know, for those of you who are uninitiated, I am a food blogger. It's one of my more expensive and more active hobbies. So I review one thing every day. I reviewed this vodka, I reviewed this soda, and after doing both, I am left with the leftovers. This can fell out of the pack and was sitting around for years, but I never saw it because I hadn't cleaned up, and then I cleaned up and there it was. In addition, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. So I'm giving you something to do to make the world better for free. I suggest you do that. Just so you'll know, 4Ocean is a United States-based company. I believe they're based in Florida. They are for-profit, but they are doing a lot of great work for America. So, comment. It's patriotic. Now, 4th of July. Despite a general lack of fizz, this is awesome. No, I mean, I'm not kidding you. They should make cinnamon Mountain Dew. Because this is just incredibly good. Who makes Mountain Dew? I guess we'd go to mountaindew.com. Anyway. You would call it Mountain Dew firework, or Mountain Dew SA fireworks. But, you know, look, okay, on the 4th of July, I'm going to grant you there's a lot of commerce. Commerce is good for this country, buying fireworks and such. But I live in a place where fireworks are against the law because it's dangerous. And on the one hand, I guess you're celebrating this country by breaking the law, declaring war on the sky, making the neighborhood all dirty. And I mean, look, again, I'm filming this in November. In October, I found the remains of a firework on my property. You know, some phosphorus. So the fact that it had hit the ground meant that it could have caused a fire. All right? Now, phosphorus is actually good fertilizer. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with grinding it up and dumping it in your flower bed, so far as I'm aware. But do understand, I mean, it's like flower beds are kind of flammable anyway. So I guess that's not the point. But the point is, the bigger point, the more pointy point of pointness and point, is that if you want to do something for the 4th of July to celebrate this nation, the first thing you should probably do is think of writing your senator and making your opinion heard. I mean, this is November. I'm going to post this on July 4th. But, you know, if there's a war somewhere around the world and America's involved, you should write about it. If, you know, you think that we should have universal health care, you should write your senator about that. You should write your senator about whatever you think the law should be, because your voice being heard is important. That's America. America became a thing because our founding fathers say, if you want our damn money, we need to take part in our government. Men died. Well, women too, I'm sure. But people died in order to give you the right to take part in your government. So let your voice be heard. That's the first thing, okay? Second thing, be good to your neighbors. I know that's not easy. I hate my neighbors. I mean, they're rude people. They don't respect my property. They blame me for everything. You know, I have a neighbor situated right next to me behind that camera that is shooting me right now. He was abusive to my mentally ill brother in high school. All right, now my brother, no prize. I have a restraining order against him. Okay? But it didn't effing help that my neighbor, who probably did so, not because my brother was disabled, but because he's white, and this dude is a racist pile of crap, mistreated my brother. Now, my brother never really went into it. But, you know, this guy, he always had this, like, one of the things he would do is he would thump his music. And his music would thump so loud it would shake the glass out my window. Now, look, I would just put the pillow over my head and ignore it. But my brother, being mentally ill, had really sensitive hearing, so he couldn't do that. And it's like, you know, you're thumping the music in the garage. You can't go out there and get some, I don't know, old, what is it, mattresses and shore up your garage. I mean, dude, you could make your garage soundproof. It's not hard, particularly if you don't have finished walls. I mean, my garage, most of the walls are finished. Not all of them are. I'm going to make the general statement that if I had all the money in the world, I would probably refinish my garage. You know, I would probably do that because I'd want to have it insulated so that, you know, it's not hot all the time. Easier for my air conditioning to run. But now then, my neighbor behind me here, also on my street, he told the neighbors who just moved in across the street from me that I'm a weirdo and they shouldn't talk to me. Which, I mean, is fine. I never had anything good come of talking to my neighbors. But I remember when he first moved in, people came looking for him. And they came to my house because he gave them my address. At least so I'm told. And when my brother moved out 4 years ago, my neighbor there would ask me weird questions, and when my brother came back and I had to get the restraining order against him, he asked me about the same things, which would imply he was communicating with my family and they were scheming. I think my brother moved out because they thought that would force me to sell the house. I am so much happier living without him. It was one question my neighbor asked me one day. I said, "Do you miss your brother?" "No. Literally have nightmares about him coming home." Anyway. So he puts on one hell of a 4th of July experience. Goes out there and just lights off thousands of dollars worth of fireworks, which are made in China. Now, I mean, look, I don't have anything against fireworks, all right? I don't. I have something against fireworks in my neighborhood where it's against the law and you could burn my house down. I mean, you're putting my property in danger. I probably shouldn't like that. I've never reported anyone for it. I mind my own business, or at least I try to. But my neighbors are a-holes. I live across the street from the man who was the head of the neighborhood watch for, so far as I'm aware, my whole life, you know? When my mother was in this house dying, not one of my neighbors came up and said, "Hey man, how's Josie?" That was my mother's name. Not one. And then when she died, and it was me, 10 years old, my sister, 12, and my brother, 14, who was mentally ill and had gone chasing after my sister with a frickin' butcher knife. Well, a chef's knife. My bad. But, you know, not once did that dickweed who is supposed to be the head of the neighborhood watch call the police and say, hey, you know, there's a group of kids across the street and there's no parents there. You know, it's like my brother wasn't competent enough to take care of the children. I wouldn't let him take care of a dog now, and he's like, well, let's see, he's 4 years, he's 49. So, you know, it's not that I don't like the 4th of July in and of itself. I don't like selfish people. Man, look, I understand there are people that make money selling fireworks. But if we should do anything with that money, it should be to do fire prevention and make this a better nation. I hate holidays. I just in general dislike holidays for that reason. Because it's like, look, if I were a rich man, I would start a company that sold Christmas ornaments. And I would have ornaments for every charity. That, you know, it's like I would have a breast cancer charity where I would have angels with pink sashes or something like that. No, I wouldn't, because I'd get sued. You know, the breast cancer people are very angry about that sort of thing. But you know, I would have some kind of a breast cancer ornament, and I would have some kind of a homeless ornament, and you know, I would have environmental ornaments, because that's what you do. That's what you do. If you're buying Christmas decorations and the proceeds aren't going to charity, I personally think you're doing it wrong. Now, I mean, look, I'm guilty of this as anyone. I've bought Christmas ornaments, and you know something? I have Hanukkah candles, and I'm sure the Hanukkah candles aren't really made in Israel, and I mean, I haven't checked, I guess I should, but I'm sure that they're not there for some kind of a charity. And, you know, like, yes, we're celebrating an event that was otherwise pretty nasty when you think about it. And to me, the thing to celebrate is the joy you bring to this world or the misery you remove. So declaring war on the sky and blowing up a bunch of fireworks, drinking yourself into oblivion, and otherwise being an a-hole, it doesn't appeal to me. Maybe that's just me, though. I'm Richard.
Oogog, Urganog. Daniel Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from For Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe, or be cursed by Ugatha. Daniel Ducky approves.